I come on here to get my thoughts out, whether they're focused thoughts sometimes or they're ones like today where I don't have a lot to say, but I want to talk because I have a lot of things I'm thinking about in my head, but I sometimes don't know how to verbalize those. It's a form of therapy. You could also almost say you're talking to yourself because that's essentially what it is. But um, I've always been in the mindset of there are times like these when people are struggling mentally with a bunch of different things that sometimes you need to talk about those things and you can't because no one is around at that particular time when you need to talk. And it's just good to get those thoughts out. For me, it's just a bunch of different things on my mind that have been bothering me slash just going through my head. And these are the type of conversations that if someone were to watch and it were to help them like connect and help them get through that specific time in their life where they're having a hard time with something and they're listening to something that they can connect with, and if that helps them, great. I've said this from the beginning, and I say this every time I make a video, or almost every time I make a video. I don't make these videos to garner attention. I could care less what people think. I do this to chronicle my life, to see how far I've come mentally and how I've grown over the years and all those types of things. I think vlogging is a very powerful tool. Um, I can't express to you going back and watching these videos from 2008 when I started this channel, how much I can go back now and like be like, that's how I used to be, and look at where I am now. It's an incredible transformation. I used to be way. I was majorly in depression back then, majorly, and now I'm at a place to where I can like think things out clearer and get in a better state of mind compared to back then. I mean, I've come so far and I'm always looking to build every day and how can I become a better person? What do I need to work on? Whether that be communication skills or mental skills that I can develop to help cope with things that I go through. Um, all of this is very important, and I think vlogging really helps. It's a powerful tool that if someone were to watch my video tomorrow or a video from 10 years ago or the one I'm going to record now, if someone watches this and it helps them, great. If it doesn't, that's fine too. There's this stigma I think. Not everyone thinks this, but I know a lot of people will say to you, well, why do you make videos and, you know, why do you know, why do you're not making money? I'm like, that's not why I do it. It's not why I do it at all. Um, I just think vlogging can be a powerful tool because I think about all the people out there that are asking for help or they're going through a time when they're need in need of guidance and help and they're crying out, and this tool today that we have in front of us, all you need is a mic and a webcam and you can just talk things out. It can prevent very bad things, I think. Preventing suicide, preventing depression. If you can just sit on here and talk and someone's listening on the other side, potentially, who knows? I don't expect everyone to see these videos or, heck, to even care. But it's for me, not for them. Ultimately, if it helps the other person, great. But, I mean, ultimately, it helps me to cope with things. Well, then why post it on YouTube? Well, I just told you. Like, I think it's important to, you know, not me per se, but if someone out there is struggling with something and they're in need of help, someone can offer advice or things like that. You know, and that's why I post them. That's why I post my videos. Because you just never know. Um, I I grew up being around the video camera. I just did. And that's not that's something I always kind of connected to when I was little. Being from like Christmas home videos that we did, or um, going on vacations, stuff like that. My mom and dad kind of molded me to be in front of a camera, so I'm not shy about doing so. And again, this is not to. Everyone is different. Some people don't like to be in front of a camera and talk in front of a camera or be taking pictures. That's all fine. I don't. This is just who I am. And so as I got older and YouTube came about all those years ago, I wanted to express myself. At the time when I started YouTube, I wanted to communicate with people. I don't want to say I wanted to gain attention. I just wanted to converse with people back and forth. And I got to do a little bit of that. And that was really fun. I wish I could go back and see some of those videos that I had. Because those are fun conversations I've had with people. And we were helping each other. That was the coolest thing about it. That was the coolest thing about it. And over the years, my channel has been. I've had gaps in my channel where I won't make a video for a few months, and um, I'll just stop because I get busy, and I tell myself all the time, come on here and just talk about the things that you want to talk about. Stop having these, you know, my videos are not edited. They used to be back in the day when I had more time, but you know, I want to come on here and talk. I just never find the time to do so, and sometimes it's best when I do it like now. I just did it on a whim where I just can just talk and just get all my thoughts out. Um, and my communication skills aren't the best sometimes. Sometimes they're great. Sometimes I have focused conversations, and sometimes I don't. Like the one I have now, it's not really focused. It's all over the place. I know that. And that's okay. Um, but mentally, I struggle with a lot. I have conversations with the wife about this, and from time to time, and but sometimes you get into that repeating yourself thing all the time, and sometimes I need to just come on here and do that, you know? It sucks because you feel like sometimes people look at you like you're disabled. Um, the way they talk to you, the way they um, introduce you to people. I've had people introduce me in the weirdest ways. You know, or make assumptions about you that aren't true when you're disabled. Um, yeah. I don't even know where I was going with that the whole thought process, but again, these are the things that are just on my mind. Um, so, vlogging is important. Talking is important because there are millions of people out there struggling with something in life. And if this is an outlet to help, I highly recommend it. It's not for everyone. Everyone has a different way of talking. Maybe it's over the phone with someone. Um, maybe it's maybe it's chatting with someone over a hotline. Maybe it's a friend. You know, I don't have a lot of friends in life. I wish I did. I do. I find it hard to reach out to them just because of the way life is. We all have lives, and we all have um, things that keep us from chatting. So I try not to bother families. I don't know. I don't know. But I'm pretty good. Like, I've been doing really well for the most part. Like, again, struggling with some mental things that I'm going through, but um, I'm doing good. I haven't had a seizure for now since January because I'm sticking to my meds. Um, I haven't had any major things go on, so that's been pretty fantastic. Um, I got to see my cousin a few days ago for a total of 15 minutes, which was really cool. Don't get me wrong. Very thankful for that. Um, very thankful for that. Um, wish it was longer, but he's a busy guy. He's a photographer, so he was in town for a wedding, and I got a quick phone call saying he was in town and see if he wanted to meet up for a few minutes, and I said sure. Got a phone call from my dad saying he was in town, so got to do that. Wish I got to see my dad's side of the family more, all my cousins. Would be cool to see them more. At least I got to see one of them, but I miss that about my dad's side of the family. All my cousins are really cool people, and yeah, that depresses me a lot. That really depresses me a lot because I don't get to see them as much as I'd like. But again, I want to reiterate what I was saying earlier. We all have lives. We all have families. We're all busy. So that's all understandable. But at some point, you kind of just have to, you know, put your foot down. And completely I'm completely do the same stuff. I don't really communicate with my family too much. I just don't do a lot of that. Some of it stems from my depression. Some of it stems from social anxiety, all that stuff. It's all depression in the end. It's all kind of clumped into that big ball of goodness that no one wants to have. But you know, just going through a lot mentally. I still struggle with the fact that I wish I could do more in life as far as a career goes, and I work at Target and I'm thankful for that, and I understand I'm disabled, blah blah blah, but it's always something that I struggle with. I wish I could have a 40 hours a week kind of job where I can support my family and I can really contribute to the household. That's not to say I don't do that now, because I do. I'm kind of the wife of the house because my wife works full time, and I ain't gonna get into all that because I've said it a million times, but I just wish I could do the kind of work she does, because she works hard, and I've always appreciated that about her, and I just wish I could be that for her, because if I had it my way, I'd be working the full-time job. She would be able to stay home and relax more. But it didn't turn out that way, and I understand that, but it's still something I struggle with. And I probably always will. But I do the house cleaning, I do the cooking for the most part. I do what I can. But it's something I definitely struggle with. So that's also part of my depression. And there's other things I probably will never say on here, just because it's just a little too deep to say over camera. But some of the things I've gotten better with, though, and I've said this too, is my relationship with many people in my family. Relationship has gotten a lot better from 10, 12 years ago. I mean, it's night and day. And so I'm very proud about that. Um, so, um, I don't know what else to say. I'm kind of just chatting away and not saying a lot, but I'm trying to put together this video that I took back in July of the vacation, mini vacation I went up north while the wife was gone. So I want to try putting that together. But anyway, I don't really have a lot to say anymore. I'm just going around in circles, and that's fine. That's absolutely fine. Because the way I'm talking now, people find annoying, and that's fine. But it hurts when people say that because, or they come across like they're being annoyed from listening to what you have to say. So that's why I come on here and chat. One thing before I go. Feelings do matter. How you say things to people does matter. Just because you're not like physically you know, you don't get physically abused in life, whoever that it may be out there, you can be mentally abusive as well, and not know it. And that's something I had to learn. We can all mean well in life. We can all mean the best. But if you talk to someone a certain way, and it hurts, it's a form of abuse. Now, that's not to say like everything someone will say is abuse. It's just you have to be careful in the way you say things to people. That's a thing I learned in life. Like you need to make sure you do that. And it's something that I've focused on a lot, like learning how to communicate with people outside the house, people within the family, learning to be sensitive to what you want to communicate to someone. Because we are all not the same. We're not. Many of us react in different ways. Many of us take things differently than others. And there's nothing wrong with any of that. That's why you have to be careful in what you say to each other. Whether you're a husband or a wife or a father or a son, all of that matters. All of it matters. In my head growing up, I always used to think, well, as long as you're not physically abusing anyone, then you're good. But mental abuse matters. I mean, I've seen it. I've seen it on the streets. I've seen it freaking in the grocery stores, or kids, or parents talk to their kids, and kids talk to their parents back and forth, and they're just nasty to each other, or they'll say something that they didn't mean to say in a way that came off as offensive. All of that matters. I'm a very, I'm a very, I can be a very analytical person, but my thought process is different than others because I'm one of those people that does not want to piss anyone off, make anyone mad, and sometimes, as hard as you try, you have to realize that that's you have to realize that you really have to think about what you say is my whole point. So emotions matter, what you say matters to people, and in the way you say those things to people. um, I don't know if any of this makes sense to any of you out there that happen to see this, but it's just all of it matters, all of it. Um, with that being said, I am probably gonna get going. It's like 12:30 in the morning, and I just want to come on here and shoot the breeze. Anyway, I'm gonna get going, and I'll see you guys when I see you, whoever that is. As always, thanks for watching and thanks for listening, as always. And see you in the next video. Peace.